Love is kind of like when you see a fog in the morning, when you wake up before the sun comes out. It's just a little while and then it burns away. Love is a fog that burns with the first daylight of reality. Love is like alcohol. You try it once, it makes you dizzy and you want more and more. It makes you feel bad, so bad that you say you never want to try again. But then the next time you have a drink, you fall back into it and you won't say no. Have you ever wished for a second chance to meet someone for the first time? Love always, but with that love that consumes your soul, otherwise it's just opportunism. Find what you love and let it kill you. Let it drain you of your all. Let it cling onto your back and weigh you down into eventual nothingness. Let it kill you and let it devour your remains. For all things will kill you, both slowly and fastly, but it's much better to be killed by a lover. Charles Bukowski, a 20th century American poet and writer, is known for his raw, direct, and often controversial style. Among the themes he explored with the greatest depth and complexity, love occupies a central place. For Bukowski, love is not an idealized romantic feeling, but a powerful, contradictory, and inevitable force of the human condition. Bukowski describes love as a tormented journey, an adventure that requires courage and madness, a dependence from which we cannot escape. Fall in love. At least once in your life, no matter how much or with whom, but fall in love. It's all a big mess and it's beautiful. I stopped looking for a dream girl. I just wanted one that wasn't a nightmare. Love is a form of prejudice. You love what you need. You love what makes you feel good. You love what is convenient. If you want to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't start. Feeling without touching. This is how souls make love while bodies are elsewhere. Bukowski often described love as an experience that involves suffering. A love that is as painful as it is essential, as cynical as it is deeply human. The sentences you will hear reveal a Bukowski who, despite his apparent disenchantment, recognizes love as an inevitable and precious part of the human experience. A love like that was a serious illness, an illness from which you never entirely recover. And yet women, good women, frightened me because they eventually wanted your soul, and what was left of mine I wanted to keep. I loved you like a man loves a woman he never touches, only writes to, keeps little photographs of. When a woman stops believing, the world loses a little of its magic. There's nothing worse than too late. Little things have their importance. It is always for the little things that we get lost. It all comes down to the last person you think of at night. That's where the heart is. She undressed, showing me her nakedness. I lit a cigarette and told her, "Don't try to seduce my body, but my mind." She dressed and told me about herself. It was the most intense and satisfying foreplay of my life. We are all someone's perversion, someone else's dream, and someone else's regret. We're all going to die, all of us. What a circus. That alone should make us love each other, but it doesn't. Express what you feel. Do not be afraid of the consequences, because time does not give discounts to anyone. Love, hate, throw yourself headlong into everything that gives you strong emotions. People are the most beautiful show in the world, and you do not pay for the ticket. She was an event that overwhelmed me strongly, too strongly, and I perhaps was too distracted or too inattentive not to fall in love. Don't be down because your woman left you. You'll find another one and she'll leave you too. No relationship is a waste of time. If it didn't give you what you were looking for, it taught you what you need. So how can you say you love one person? when there are 10,000 people in the world that you would love more if you ever met them, but you'll never meet them. You have to be brave and even a little crazy to open your heart and give it to someone. At the moment, I know a couple of men who seem really in love. They are men worn out by their sad fate. They can't get out of that situation. They've stuck so many knives in me that when they give me a flower at first, I don't even understand what it is. It takes time. People don't need love. What they need is success in one form or another. It can be love, but it needn't be. Beauty is relative. Some people think you have the most beautiful woman when everyone turns to look at her. I believe you have her when you are no longer the one turning to look at others. Love is all right for those who can handle the psychic overload. It's like trying to carry a full garbage can on your back over a rushing river of piss. Love is a fairly significant path. Sex is quite significant. There is nothing more bonding than when you find parts of yourself in someone else. Love is when you want to bring someone into your life, not into bed. Lovers often become nervous, dangerous. They lose their sense of reality. They lose their sense of humor. They become irritable, psychotic, and boring. They even kill people. Don't wait for the right woman. She doesn't exist. There are women who can make you feel something more with their body or with their soul, but they are exactly the same ones who will stab you right in front of the crowd. Women are all different. They are basically a combination of the worst and the best in the world. Magical and terrible. Of course, it's possible to love a human being if you don't know them too well. Don't be down because your woman left you. You'll find another one and she'll leave you too. Some nights you just need silence to think and a big hug, to stop thinking. There is a loneliness in this world so great that you can see it in the slow movement of the hands of a clock. And when in the morning no one wakes you up, and when in the evening no one is waiting for you, when you can do whatever you want. What do you call it? Freedom or solitude? I remember awakening one morning and finding everything smeared with the color of forgotten love. There are unforgettable people and no cure. And you will remain the most beautiful thing among all the beautiful things that I have not been able to explain. These reflections by Bukowski on love reveal a complex yet profoundly human vision of this feeling, recognizing it as an inevitable force that, despite its contradictions and difficulties, remains a fundamental part of the human experience. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss other videos on great thinkers and more.